everybody, Arcade Mage here once again for the wellreadmage.com, doing another Mage stream of The Dawn of Man by Madruga Works. And Madruga Works has kindly provided us the code for Dawn of Man to play the game, to be able to provide a in-depth analysis and objective review of the game for the wellreadmage.com. And the wellreadmage.com is a global community of writers writing critiques and analyses of video games, video game culture, podcasts, and all sorts of other fun stuff. And so without further ado, let us get into part 3 of the Dawn of Man Mage stream, which is the dawn of the Mesolithic age for the well-read mage tribe. And at the end of the second stream, I had gotten all of the necessary knowledge points, which is essentially the skill points you utilize in the tech tree for this particular real-time strategy / Civ city building game. And essentially, in order to advance to the next age, what you have to do is purchase all the tech in a particular tech tree, in this case the Paleolithic. We have worked our way through bone tools to composite tools, and we have got sling making for long distance ranged weapons, being able to preserve food, the basics of dog domestication, and also tanning animal hides in order to make skins, and also creating totem poles. And so the way we go to the Mesolithic age is to unlock all the previous era's tech, and then unlock the key item for the next era, and this one being pottery, which is 15. However, before I do that, what I want to do is sort of kind of prepare my tribe for the next stage of the game. And so what I am thinking is I have this right here. I'm going to expand this a little bit. What I'm probably going to do is have this half of my particular tribe start focusing on harvesting minerals, at least in later ages. Because as you can see, this is the Primal Vision mode. You press R3 and it shows you all the various resources that are available to you that you can harvest. And there's actually a lot of mountain ranges over here with various resources and ore, such as copper or, let's see what this one is, iron. So what I'm probably going to do is start working on clearing this out, making this the, I guess, sort of expansion for the settlement, because we have the initial settlement here, the expansion into a second area here, and then over here is probably going to be the expansion because in later eras you can start working on farming, and so I need some available land to do that. And since crops probably need water, having this nice strip here is a good idea. And then they can go over here for more farming, and also potentially work their way back into here to hunt and do other fun stuff. Additionally, I just kind of want to give my tribe a little more time to get more strengthened overall, to be prepared for the advancement into the next stage. But at the same time, this is a good area of natural resources. I don't necessarily want to destroy, because this is a nice animal corridor, and if I have a settlement here, it might interrupt that. So what I might do is just expand my settlement for right now, and have this area as the area for my farming. Oh man, this is an exciting stream, 5 minutes in. And I mean, this is just a large part of what RTSs are, is figuring out how to balance resources, how to preserve those resources over the long term, how to lay out your settlement in order to best ensure its survival. And that's really what this game is about, is the city building aspect of it. Being able to ensure your tribe's survival. Will breaking it up into 2 nodes be good or bad? Well, certainly in the earlier eras like this, you don't necessarily have to worry about invasions from other tribes, at least in the free play mode. Once you start getting into the campaign and dealing with the challenges, then you're probably going to start worrying about other tribes, which, depending on the difficulty setting, match your own technology or advance at their own rate. So I think what I'm going to do... So the reason why I'm pausing so much on this decision is because that's really going to dictate how the rest of the game plays out, at least for this particular tribe, without any heavy resource loss by changing things later. I think that's what I'm going to do. Is keep everything on this side of the river to keep things more contained and more controlled, and then use that as a resource sump. Oh, that bothers me. I could always do 2 sets too. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Doggone right, you better get that meat. That sounded bad. I wonder why they didn't grab that. As you can see down there, acquiring leather times 10, you get knowledge from doing activities initially, but then also the compilation of activities over time. So 10, 100, 500, etc. And essentially you also have to worry about clothing your humans depending on the season. So you have to have, you don't necessarily have to have leather for the summer, but it sort of helps with their overall welfare. And you can check your welfare by going to your settlement info. So my welfare right now is at 98%. And prestige, measure of how well your settlement is. Depending on population, building, technology. Affects immigration and arrival frequency. Not well known, which is just how I like it. As you can see, we got some dogs. What I want to do, at least before I go to the next era, is get the fourth milestone. Get 20 people in your settlement. Another thing that's interesting about the Primal Vision, it also shows how easy it is to kill something. So for the woolly rhino, males typically tend to be harder to kill than the females, and youngs, even though this is a young one, it's a large animal, so it's going to be harder to kill. Usually the young and the old are harder to kill than the adults in the prime of their life. Depending on how effective that particular work area is, but we'll make a maximum of 4 so they can focus on other hunting areas. I think I've mentioned in previous streams, what I like about this is that you can create these general work areas. So you can create those general work areas, and what they can do is essentially let your tribe run on autopilot. Of course, you can do things on a one-for-one basis, but that's not necessarily as efficient as it is when you have general tasks for your villagers to do. And so essentially with your villagers, they kind of, your village has its own sort of needs, like food, water, shelter, various goods. And so essentially, I guess, the game has algorithms that kind of help determine that, and then that kind of dictates where the humans go. Basically, they kind of do what they need to do depending on what they need versus what you tell them. Less micromanaging. It's kind of nice. That's a new one. The workload of your settlement is the ratio between the amount of tasks your people are trying to do and the total amount of people. If you ask your people to do too many things at once, they will be overworked and will have trouble prioritizing the right tasks. It is your job to make sure the amount of work you do is reasonable and proportional to the manpower available. You can use the task and activity panels to see what your people are up to. And how many of them are available to work. I believe this is what they're talking about. I think. Okay, resources charged. Oh my gosh, this is way too much. Stats, resources, charts. That's good. Look at that. Workload. It's been high before. The plan is to get more people. We got 18. The capacity is 21. Could do, cut down trees. I could get rid of a couple of things. Some there. Achoo. Because once I start getting more people, the workload is going to drop because there's going to be more people to do it, which is probably why there's some hunger and stuff going on. But I mean, it's the Paleolithic era. I think they'll survive. Anyway, what I was actually getting ready to do before that showed up, if I can actually click on the sign, not the case. Alright, we'll go to an easy to click one. Well, the problem is I want to make sure that nothing is over-harvested, so I want to make sure to kind of balance out where I'm taking stuff from. Looking at my production limits right now. I don't understand what that means. We'll just do 100 units right now. How about that? Because I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe that's why they weren't picking up bones and stuff. I had a limit set. I like having bones. Overworked. Well, I'll increase all your production limits. What are you gonna do about that? Well, I need more stuff. I'm gonna have more people. Otherwise, everyone's gonna be hungry because they got. Oh, I need more drying racks. It's a hard knock life for them. That I didn't actually anticipate. So, skin strider. I didn't anticipate my main production facility being so cramped, but it is what it is. Two more of those. Okay, it's butted up right there. Damn it. I wonder if I can move stuff after it's been built. Related resource limits. Cool. It's good to know. So what you can do is, like, I want to get rid of that tree. It's in the way. Bam, so I can micromanage it on a 1-for-1. I gotta go that far, really? Fuel, 19%. I should have plenty of logs, right? Yeah. Do good on stuff like this. That also explains why they're sleepy, because they're overworked. It's been about 20 minutes. Let's just let things rock and roll and see what happens. Occasional looks at my settlement info. Still at 90%, that's good. Why can't you be symmetrical? Why can't you understand the needs of all RTS players and having symmetry in their settlements? Additionally, right now I'm just kind of accruing knowledge, which is good for the next tech tree, but I at least want to take my time with each era. And additionally, what I like about in this game is that you're going from season to season, so it's transitioning into the fall, and so what you got to worry about is having a variety of resources depending on the season. Additionally, resources are like wild berries and stuff come and go of the seasons as well. For example, let's see. Pause. What I just see. So in theory, they should cut that down. I assume they will. It's one of those things this is just the first age of the Dawn of Man, and I'm already having a pleasure playing it, to be honest. Oh gosh, what happened? Somebody died of old age. That is not good. Where is he? Where's that dead body? Makes me sad. I had someone get electrocuted by lightning earlier in the game. I couldn't believe that happened. I got struck by lightning and died. I presume they died. It gave me a notification. I couldn't find the person. Additionally, infections can happen in this game as well. %. Hey, hey. Well, it doesn't really help me. They pray to the gods for knowledge and wisdom. Perhaps I can help them with that. Okay, oof. Storm has passed, so they are very unhappy because they're being overworked. Now, I could drop the number of tasks down, but I do know well, that would have been helpful to know beforehand. I don't have to worry about copper ore, tin ore, or iron ore right now, but logs and stone, even though I really haven't had them carried that far. Not necessarily. In this particular playthrough. So... Thank you. Finally. Alright. Oh my gosh. This is the most tense. Oh, man. I needed that tiny child to do labor. Oh, man. Are y'all just gonna stand there? Oh, my lord. Well... that was unfortunate. Which a sledge is basically just the equivalent of you put a bunch of boards together to make a flat thing to drag along the ground like a sled. Oh my gosh, I kill it. Ugh. Yeah. It was unfortunate. Their dead body still over here? Of course, if I had a... See, that's the thing. If I had like a small settlement over here, if people localized to this area, then you wouldn't have people getting isolated and picked off like that. Sure, let's build a sledge. Why not? Let's put the sledges back here. Sucks to be you, kid. Oh, an adult woman. Ha. Well, dude, get some sleep. Well, shoot. Huh. Maybe we should build some more. Maybe that might help them out. I'm doing good on that. Sure. Grace thinks and sliced bread, apparently. Dude, you don't need to be cutting trees down. I believe that's under the purview of this one over here. Yeah, it will be. Why aren't y'all eating the bread? Okay, they're actually doing it over here. It's just silly. Where'd he go? Oh, yeah, I do. Ha! Yeah, I thought I was doing good, but now I don't feel like I am. Kudos to him. I'm not really sure what to do at this point necessarily. Why do you gotta die of old age? The ripe old age of 12. Really? You got the whole sledge in there? You just died? Thank you, guys. I don't know why that's so funny. Take him out of there, jeez. What can I do with him? Here you go, dude. Go pray. Pray that you'll rise from the dead. And that's part of my problem, is my settlement's starting to age. I guess I could. Nice. I don't want near their spiritual area. We'll do it right there. I could dig a well. Hmm. I can harvest straw, that's good. Not that my people aren't overworked enough as it is. So essentially what I'm working on right now is I just entered the Mesolithic age, and so what I'm doing right now is upgrading my tech tree in order to increase the prestige of my settlement to try and get more people to join it. The more people I have, the more things I can do, and the more things I can do, the more prestigious I'll be. The more prestigious I'll be, the more people I can get. Better that than the other way around. It's a lot of cured meat. What I'll do is actually, That's how we enter the Neolithic, as serial domestication. Plus having all this unlocked, too. Makes me unhappy, but it is what it is. Why don't you all eat your food? Better than having the resources decay. Hi, Belle. And somebody woke up my level 17 meowier of light, Belle, who was in her bed and is now pestering me. Yeah, you are. Please don't poke your eyeball on my microphone. Thank you. Why are y'all not eating the bread? Yes, baby. I see you. I hear you. Thank you. Well, Wi-Fi's at 100, so that's better. I just have a feeling that just adding the carts helped. Curious how you get Belle, jeez. Hello, hi, how are you? Can't you wait till I'm done streaming? There's no one watching. They're waiting with bated breath to hear what I have to say next. Mm-hmm. So basically, what I gotta do right now is just wait and accrue knowledge points. I think it's not the winter, guys, or that might be problematic. You can't have storms in the winters. That's not unheard of. I guess it would be like a blizzard. Oh my gosh, Belle. Yes, hello, I see you. I dare say the one person watching doesn't necessarily want to hear you purr in the microphone. Or they might not even want to hear me talk. Yeah. I know. Oh my gosh, you're snuggly. Hi, Belle. I was actually just about to say it's gonna be a while before I got any more knowledge. I just got how much? 8. I'm actually gonna make arrows because that's gonna be more useful. way. You can take your commission and shove it. Probably based on the seasons, because it's the winter. That might help save the game after an hour of playing. Alright. Grind your bones to bake my bread. I believe this is year 4 or 5, probably. You all are a dumb tribe. Easy kill, guys. Come on. Oh, an Auroch? An early bull. It's such a dumb idea to attack one of those. So I'm not gonna. Jeez. Why did you have to run 5 miles to kill it? After that, actually unlocks everything in the Mesolithic, meaning Middle Age. For Paleo, Old, Neo meaning new, Lithic meaning, I think, stone. So I need 7 plus 15. So we're really at the point where, actually my population is growing pretty steadily because I went from 19 to 23 in just a couple of seasons. And so my population's kind of getting to the point to where, through a combination of resources as well as my tech tree, because if you go down here to prestige, the more prestigious your settlement is, the more people are going to want to come and join it, and also trade with it, even though all the traders have had ridiculously high commission. You wouldn't think in a bartering society there'd be commission, but there is. So right now we're just kind of on sort of a holding pattern, gaining knowledge points through different activities to unlock stone polishing, which that will allow me to control my tribe's food better, because right now I'm dependent upon the seasons and essentially the available hunting. which in my hunting grounds there is absolutely nothing. Megaloceros, basically just an early form of horse. Are you butthurt? You're butthurt. Look at that butthurtness over there. Bet he looks all crappy too. He died. Oh my gosh, that's. Can you get those? Thanks. Just what? What? Are you, oh my gosh, why are y'all leaving the? Anyway, Belle is butthurt because she keeps wanting to snuggle, but I'm being a. Nice, 100 dry skins. Which I believe the limit on skins is probably the number of humans that you have in your tribe. Aha! I knew there was something better here. Okay. Okay, this makes a little more sense now that I'm looking at it. So the production limit for these is basically dictating how many of these they make whenever it's set on autopilot. And so this is set to 100% of the population. That's what I was curious about. I set those 125 so I can create more than I need. So then that also accounts for population growth as well as trading potential. .75% of the population. Let's do 20. Well, I'll do 15. I don't want to overburden. And that is the... And that is the nitty-gritty. I like that that's there. Top of the hill, add a bunch of spiritual stuff around it. Overlooking... Oh my gosh, you came in at a really boring part of the stream. Basically, what I'm doing right now is looking at all the different work areas I have to see how I'm balancing out the distribution of labor amongst my population to make them more efficient, and also ensure they're not being overworked, and also create a more successful tribe. Um, because resources do get exhausted over time, like most real-time strategy games, and so I'm just kind of making sure I'm not over-exhausting any one resource. But what I'm doing right now actually is working on my tech tree, because what I need to do in order to advance to the next stage is, like most real-time strategy games, is fill out the tech tree, at least here, of all the Mesolithic stuff, and then I can start moving towards serial domestication, which can then help me increase my population by a lot, and then can start working on fortifications, thatching, which can increase my buildings basically from tents to huts, which will increase their overall happiness and welfare. Because this is sort of a blend between like a real-time strategy game in that they're working right now, and also a like city building survival, because you're essentially trying to survive the environment, and over time you're going to be worrying about, at least in the scenarios versus the free play, which is what I'm doing right now, you have other tribes you have to worry about, and raiders. Right now all I've had to worry about was attacks from wild predators. And essentially the way you get knowledge is from doing various tasks over time, like acquiring flour times 10 by harvesting grains, all that fun stuff. And the way you can assign work areas, which is nice because it kind of puts stuff on autopilot to a certain degree. Like, I don't have any of these because I've exhausted a lot of the flint around my settlement. The problem with that is coming all the way out here to get some, but and then with the work area, you can actually, see if I can find it, assign how many people are in it at any one time, as well as the production limit as well. And so the production limits kind of dictate how many you can, how much of any resource you have at one point. We got a new human. Who did we get? We're almost at capacity again. That I like. I can live with that. I can live with a greater capacity of people. What? You can domesticate fruit trees? I didn't know they could do that at that point, but I guess they could. See what this Joker has. third of the way there. I guess I could see where a well would be handy. But trouble's I'm so close to the river, though. Get to work. Think straight, you pick up those sticks, boy. Just how isolated these places must have been. I mean, I guess I could get water. I guess I could try it. I'm never sure. Extract water. See what that does. Y'all gonna kill that thing? Oh man, the stream is so exciting. Autopilot. The stream. That's gotta suck, dragging that across the river. Oh, that's pretty not bad there. Where's he going? Wonder what happens if I... let's see... management. Let's bump it up to 20, see what happens. Okay, can't do any of that. 3. Trees come back? Huh. Didn't know that. I know that sounds stupid to be that surprised about something like that, but it's interesting to see renewable resources in an RTS. Ha! know why it's funny when they go, ugh, and fall over, but... I have a lot of old people in my tribe. That's not good. %. 'The reason I'm building that is so I can bump up my population. Not that I necessarily want to bump it up more than it is right now to strain my resources, but I know once all the old people start dying of old age, then I'm going to have a population drop. So I want to make it higher so when they die, it sort of evens out to where I want it to be. Which I guess technically I'd want it to be at 130% of where I want it, but... about a third. Well, I wouldn't even say a third of the way. I wouldn't. I guess a third of the way through the game. I would only say, nah, quarter of the way. Why are they not fishing? I guess if they don't leave Rolf, I mean, I guess. Old female. We'll end the stream by trying to kill this mammoth. I don't believe I've killed a woolly rhinoceros either, but this sort of represents the apex, iconic creature associated with the Ice Age. So even though the workload is too high, let's kill this thing for some morale. How about that? Bad idea. Already know it. Because... Actually, she's actually got some... We'll see what happens. We'll just let it ride. Well, that was anticlimactic. Come on, guys. That is way too far from the settlement. Well, okay. I can wait on that. We're low on knives. Focus. Ah, okay. I suppose in a nice anticlimactic moment. Well, it stood there for like half a season. I think the problem is that I had the general work area of hunting over here, and so that they were busy hunting over here instead of following my orders. Which sometimes can happen when you're worrying about micromanagement and also autopilot as well. Nice. Really? Okay, that's good. So what I think we'll do is we'll stop the stream here. You have been listening to the Arcade Mage babble on incessantly for 90 minutes. Pretty much all we've done is slowly chug our way through the Mesolithic air. Bleh. Mesolithic age. And so I think what in the next stream we'll probably move on towards the Neolithic. So I should have... Yeah, I do. Serial domestication. So we'll start working on that in the next stream, as well as sort of upgrading our settlement from huts to, or from what, tents to huts. Sort of increasing the well-read mage tribe's overall happiness, well-being, population, and skills. Still don't know how they're getting straw, but good for them. Ugh, I just built that. Anyway, I'll worry about that next time. You have been listening to the Arcade Mage from the wellreadmage.com, which is essentially a review site that reviews video games, has various deep thought essays about video games, concepts behind them, terminology, definitions, video game culture, all that fun stuff. Starting up a podcast network over there as well, with at least 2 podcasts at this point, with more to come. And you can check them out at www.thewellreadmage.com, as well as at The Well Read Mage on Twitter. And from both of those resources, you can actually find a lot of their other social media networks. And you can also become a Warrior of Light and help back him up in what he's doing over there. And this is the Dawn of Man from Madruga Works, who was so kind enough to provide us a code to allow us to stream this game and also review this game. I know the game has been out for a while, but it was released on January 6, 2020 for the PlayStation 4, which is what I'm playing it on. And I am the Arcade Mage. You can also find me at arcadecastle.com, to where I focus my research on the largest library of video game board games collected in one place on this ball of rock known as the planet Earth. So if you'd like to see videos, podcasts, and all that fun stuff, then you can go to... Yeah, I know, I'm selling it real well, aren't I? Then you go to arcadecastle.com or at the Arcade Castle on Twitter. Thank you for watching this stream, and we'll see you the next time, to where we enter the Neolithic Age on the Dawn of Man.